What's going on, everyone? This is Mekkah, and I'm back here with 5 edits and a solution to Chapter 6 of Mangs' PMS, Pick My Sabotage. Every chapter I get to make 5 changes to make his life harder, and hopefully make him reset a bunch of times. So I'm going to go over the edits and the solution at the same time, because they're kind of intertwined. First change you'll probably notice is Rath is changed to Rath, an aggressive enemy nomad trooper with super good stats. He has final chapter Uhai's weapon, and his stats as well. Morph Uhai, as I said, so too strong to kill, and he will wreck your guys if let free. So you have to surround him at all times. He has 2 range. Thankfully, I have a couple units to surround him with, so it's not too hard. And of course, we got these mercenaries here with the mutton once again. This is not an edit, but every mercenary from now on has the mutton, so that's gonna be really annoying to deal with. So first, we gotta take care of Rath, of course. Second edit: all the soldiers and knights so far, or from now on, have the can't touch this. I was too annoyed with Mangs' super strong Kent, so I made a counter to it. This is a silver lance with 1-2 range, with increased hits, and it's effective against horse units and flyers, so it just wrecks Florina. It nearly one-kills my Kent, so it might want to kill your Kent. It should kill Sane, I think, so just really strong overall. Really annoying to deal with. Pretty much all lance using enemies will be using this. Next edit concerns Matthew. He's over here in the house as usual, and he says he's a thief, but if you look at his inventory, he actually cannot use his lockpick. In fact, Matthew cannot use any of the thief skills anymore, so he can't see in Fog of War, he can't open doors, and he cannot open chests. He cannot steal either. This was actually necessary because if you have an enemy pick up a mine laid down by Lyn, then Matthew will be able to steal them back, and we don't want that, so I decided to nerf Matthew even further while I was at it. So yeah, Matthew is not a thief anymore. I snuck in more of these edits, by the way, so if you want to find them, you should look through the ROM when it's out, because I've been sneaking one in like almost every chapter from now on. Yeah, so that's Matthew. 4th and 5th edit are better off shown than told, so we're gonna go over them. First, we're gonna surround Mr. Rath over here. I keep wanting to call him Uhai for good reason. We also want to kill this archer though, so I'm gonna, or this mutton guy, so we're gonna weaken him with Sane, and then we're gonna feed the kill to Will. Fortunate miss, but not necessary. Saves me some poison animations, I guess. Feeding kills to Will is nice in this chapter, if you haven't really been training him. You don't have to, like, base level Will can clear the chapter, but it makes things a little bit easier, potentially, depends on your level ups. So I'm gonna put Dorcas here, Florina here, and I'll put Kent here. There's no use in attacking him because he's just too strong. So he's just gonna have to stick there for the whole chapter. Sarah wants to be kept out of range for obvious reasons. We'll just move her a little bit closer. And he goes for Dorcas. Hopefully he doesn't get a 1% crit. Dorcas gets poisoned. That's okay. I actually prefer Dorcas to take the poison because he doesn't have to do anything for the rest of the chapter anyway. Okay, Lyn needs to move back in here. Let's see, we're gonna kill this mutton guy too. We'll use Urk because he was kind enough to stand in our 2 range. And then we'll wreck him with Will, I guess. Better practice what I preach. And we're gonna relieve, let's see, we're gonna rescue Urk here, so we can drop him here next turn. And we're gonna get Sarah close enough to where she can take over from Farina as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna get this door key as well. I have to get it with a Kanto unit or rescue the person that gets it, because if not, you're in some trouble. Because Uhai guy, see, I told you I would always call him Uhai, but Rath will get you if you stand like anywhere in these spaces. Okay, so now we're gonna drop off Urk. And we'll have Will go for here, because Will is not super effective by the can't touch this. Yeah, Sane needs to come in. And Sarah's gonna come in here. Keep him surrounded. Dorcas won't die to poison in this one, so we can just let him take the poison damage. I will kill the soldier. Easy enough. And we'll want the Kanto unit to open the door, so we'll put Sane here, but don't open the door yet. To move Lyn in closer. Can I still rescue her? Yes, I can. Don't need Matthew over here. Okay. So there should be like at least one unit in your team who's like weakened by something. In my case it's Will, so we'll use him as bait. Because when you open his door, you will see that behind it is a ferocious fire dragon. Natalie is back with a vengeance, now an even bigger dragon. She has the flame tongue once again. It's kind of weak, only 2 strength, so 5 might, and it poisons you again. But she's not all that strong, which is kind of annoying to deal with. Once again, we have like 120 HP. But we want to hit this trigger behind her. So what we're going to do is we're going to bait her around a little bit. We can kill her off. We could leave her alive, I guess, but I think it's easier to just kill her off. So you want Lyn to go like in the room and drop a mine right here, in fact. Like this is fine. And then we want her to go here, so we'll have Will go somewhere where Natalie's forced to attack from there. So like right here is good. And everyone else just kind of chills. And then Natalie will fall into the mine and end her turn, because Natalie is one of the few enemies who is vulnerable to mines. Pretty much everyone else is impervious, but Natalie is not. Okay, so now we'll just keep dropping mines somewhere, and then we'll force Natalie to walk over that tile by moving Will here. And thankfully the mine doesn't have an actual battle animation, it just has a map animation. So we can just keep kiting her back and forth like that. We can drop another mine like right here. Now we don't have to move Will. She just steps into it again. And you just repeat this like 9 more times. Not very difficult, but I'll speed it up a little bit. And there we go, dead dragon. Good stuff. So now we can activate the trigger, and we will. It doesn't matter who you do it with. I guess I'll use Lyn, because this room doesn't really have anything threatening. We get a vulnerary, in fact. We can't actually get this vulnerary out without the rescue trick, but it is. You might need the vulnerary depending on how many you have left. So you might have to rescue Lyn and trade with her to get that vulnerary. I'm not actually sure if using anyone else to open the trigger gets you the vulnerary. I haven't tested that yet, but it doesn't matter too much. You can get it off Lyn if you really need to. Anyway, now we just want to head to the top. You want to heal Will if you can. This is going to be a little bit important in a little bit. You need all these units to be a little bit healthy, in fact. We'll just rescue Lyn and speed it up a little bit. Okay, so next thing we want to open this room, activate this trigger. For that we need this guy's door key, so we're going to drop Will in his range and let him take care of business. That's why he needs to be healthy. Once again, Will is the best for taking care of these soldiers. They don't move, but Mangs might think they might. Make sure you do not open this door. If you do, it's basically a game over. There's nothing behind it that you can get. There's still a chest, but you can't open it because Matthew cannot open chests. You want to save the door key for this door. If you don't, you cannot complete the chapter. So don't do what I just did. Instead, you want to go here and open the door with Lyn probably. Well, actually, Lyn cannot get the door key, so Matthew can do it, I guess. You'll want everyone else to be ready to attack. Will might need to use a vulnerary again. So have Matthew get the door. Actually, don't. Yeah, we can get it. That's fine. And then we open the door, and we activate the trigger, and then suddenly a lot of archers are behind here. Like, this one is always there. He just has the usual forged iron bow, but these guys all have ballistas, and they won't move, but they will attack you. And I think they do like a severe number of damage to Florina. 2 of them can probably kill like Sarah or something, so you just want to take care of them right away. Easiest way to do it is just these 3 characters. I think they're all potentially 1 round killing this enemy. If not, you'll have to find a creative way around it. You can attack with Matthew if you want, if you have him nearby. You can attack with Florina. So if you're short on strength or speed, there are ways to KO them, even if your characters aren't strong enough to one-round them. But mine generally seem to be pretty easy, but they do need to be ready. If they're not ready, you're probably fucked. And then this archer will attack you, but that's fine. Alright, there was a bit of an issue with the ROM, the patch that I was using, so I fixed it, replayed it for a little bit, so if people are in different positions or have different numbers, that's why. The one threat left here is Fool himself. His name used to be Bull, but I wanted to go for Fool. As you can see, he's got the Kent touch this as well. He should be able to one-shot Kent, Sane, Florina, and a lot of your more frail characters, so pretty tough to kill. He also has a stealable white gem. Of course, Matthew cannot steal, so it's really just to taunt Mangs. That's really all there is to it. We gotta remove him because we gotta hit this switch. The only character that I know of that could actually hurt him without dying to him is Will. That's why you need quite a few vulneraries. As you can see, Will does... Well, my Will does 4 times 2 because my Will is strength blessed. You got +2 in 2 levels, so... No matter what, Will be able to hurt him, but if you can get him some strength levels, that is helpful. As you can see, mine takes 17 damage, so he needs to be at very high health. And that's why he needs to use a vulnerary right now. And as long as you make sure he keeps at high health, he should be able to survive. Between the vulnerary you get from triggering the first tile and the 2 that Matthew carries, you have 9 uses of vulneraries, so that should be enough to carry any Will to victory. But the more strength he has, the more vulneraries you'll be able to spare. So we're just gonna go back and forth, keep healing Will until he's above 17, until the boss goes down. Pretty simple. Depending on how strong your Will is, that will take a while or not. Okay, so Will got him pretty low now. He's at 2 HP, so if you want, you can finish him with someone else, like Sane. But if you miss, of course, you die. So the risk, whether you want to risk it, is up to you. I'm just gonna use Will to kill him. I considered moving like the trigger tiles elsewhere, like put them in the middle of nowhere. But I thought it was more fun to make the chapter linear and then just make the tiles hard to get to. But this chapter has a lot of potential. And Shuusuke has told me that I can also put triggers in other chapters if I want to. So I might experiment with that. That's going to be hella fun. But yeah, once you remove Fool, you could just stand on the tile and seize, and that's it. So, kind of proud of this one. Wonder if Mangs will be able to figure it out. And if not, whatever. We've got plenty of more stuff coming his way. And if he's able to figure it out, then too. In fact, that's probably more true than what I first said. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out Mangs' struggle. Link is in the description. Bye bye.